A $330 racket designed with a man who last played a competitive match in 2022. That is where this list starts, and it only gets more expensive from there. Right now, across shoes, rackets, and apparel, 5 brands are turning pro player nostalgia, heritage prestige, and luxury fashion into pricing logic. And 3 brands that almost nobody talks about are quietly doing the actual work. By the end of this, you will know exactly which side of that divide you have been handing your money to. Wilson decided that a retired player designing his ideal racket for a game he no longer plays is worth $330 of your money. The RF01 Pro launched in 2024 as a direct collaboration with Federer, and the marketing is impeccable. His input, his preferences, the frame he would have wanted. Tennis Nerd reviewed the RF line and called it plainly a Federer fanboy's dream. That is a description, not a compliment. A verified buyer at Tennis Warehouse left a direct warning: don't try to be Roger Federer by using this racket. Try to be injury-free instead, because they got tennis elbow immediately after picking it up. Independent reviewers compared it directly to the Wilson Blade 98 version 9, which plays similarly and retails for $70 to $110 less. And the RF01 is not the Pro Staff, not the 85, not the 90, not the 97 that Federer actually competed with. It is a new design built for a game he would have played in the future, which is not how it is being sold. For the advanced player who understands its demands, it has real merits. For everyone else, $330 is for what Federer would theoretically think of your backhand. He has not had one on a tour court since 2022. If any of that sounds familiar, subscribe. What comes next has been running that same tribute and heritage pricing game for 70 years longer than Wilson has. Fred Perry won Wimbledon 3 times. He invented the modern tennis polo shirt. He died in 1995. And the brand still charges $140 for the shirt, as if he personally approved your outfit this morning. The origin story is legitimate. Fred Perry was the first man to win a career Grand Slam, and his 1952 shirt genuinely changed what athletes wore on court. What happened next is also real. The brand's own website describes it as a global brand inspired by music, their subculture, and the street. That is the mission statement, not spin. The brand moved toward mod movement culture in the 1960s and never fully returned to performance tennis. Trustpilot reviews flag quality inconsistencies across the outsourced line, including sizing errors and finishing issues on garments costing over $100. What you get on court is standard moisture-wicking polyester at a heritage price. You are paying for Carnaby Street in 1965. Not for your match on Court 3 next Tuesday. The head prestige has been associated with precision tennis since the Arthur Ashe era. If you are not at Arthur Ashe's level, that association is going to cost you $230 and possibly a wrist problem. Heritage is genuine. The connection to technically precise tour players across generations is real. But one retailer's own marketing copy lists the translucent Bordeaux color and the see-through carbon element as premium selling points, not design notes. Tennis Warehouse's own description of the 2023 update uses the phrase incremental tweaks. Tennis Tribe states directly that this racket is not recommended for beginners or lower-level intermediate players. At 320 grams strung, without the swing speed to use it properly, it will actively make your game harder, not better. The Prestige Pro is a real racket for real advanced players. For everyone else, the heritage marketing writes a check the racket will not cash. Adidas took a tennis shoe that works, handed it to a Japanese luxury fashion designer, added a signature to the heel counter, and charged you $80 extra to look like you understand both high-performance sport and avant-garde aesthetics. The Y3 collection debuted at the 2025 US Open with Tsitsipas, Sakari, and Zverev wearing it on court. Sneaker News confirmed the numbers. The Y3 Barricade is $220 versus the standard Adidas Barricade at around $140. Same court shoe, same 6-month outsole durability guarantee. The difference is a designer's signature on the heel. Adidas's own product page states the purpose clearly: take you from the court to the clubhouse in fashion. If fashion is the goal, this is a legitimate purchase. If the goal is a durable court shoe with a real outsole guarantee, the standard Barricade does exactly that, and it keeps $80 in your bag. A running shoe company walked into tennis, put Roger Federer's name on a pair of court shoes, charged $200 for them, and asked you not to check the outsole after 3 months. Multiple verified buyers at Tennis Warehouse used the word overpriced without being asked. One documented the outsole wearing through after 5 hard court sessions. Run Repeat found below average energy return in both the heel and forefoot. A comparison review found a cheaper Asics with better construction quality at $15 to $25 less. Federer stopped competing in 2022. That shoe is not a performance product. It is a monument to someone's retirement. For off-court wear, it is genuinely stylish. For the player training twice a week on hard courts, $200 for documented outsole problems is not performance logic. That is tribute logic. Here's the thing about all 5 of those brands. They are not scams. The gear is real. The pricing game is what is not. Now here are 3 brands that skipped all of that entirely. Prince was the biggest racket brand in the world in the 1980s. Then they went quiet. And in that quiet, they kept building some of the best frames in the sport. Financial difficulties pulled their marketing spend, and most pro shops stopped carrying them. Not because the rackets declined, because no current top 10 player holds one on television. The 2024 Prince Phantom earned a Tennis Nerd approved rating, praised for improved stability through Xylon reinforcement, a soft feel with excellent pocketing, and a verdict that this one stays in the bag. Tennis Connected documented Prince's comeback, drawing serious attention at the college level in 2024. The Phantom and Tour lines sit at $199 to $229, $60 to $130 less than the Wilson RF Pro and Head Prestige Pro, with no endorsement bill attached. Your pro shop stopped stocking it. That is their problem. It does not have to be yours. A German company founded in 2000 makes 130 different strings that most club players have never encountered. Their flagship copolyester has a 90% satisfaction rating across over 400 independent ratings. It costs $8 per set. MSV Focus Hex. Tennis Warehouse found excellent control, 0 comfort complaints, and praised how well it maintained playability past the typical tension drop. Frostrung's lab gave the Focus Hex Ultra a perfect score on tension holding. A master racket technician reported 0 soreness from the shoulder to the fingers after a full session. A 200-meter reel at roughly $100 produces around 16 string jobs at approximately $6 each. Serious stringers already know this. They just do not always volunteer it. A player buying RPM Blast or Luxilon at $20 to $28 per set is paying 3 times more for the same copolyester result. Babolat has been the villain of this video series for rackets. Their shoe division did not get that memo. When Babolat entered tennis footwear in 2005, they partnered with Michelin for the outsole rubber. Tennis Express's outsole warranty guide ranks the Propulse Fury 3/4 overall for support, durability, and comfort. The Propulse Fury sits at $90 to $120, below Nike Vapor pricing, with a documented outsole guarantee. The same brand that charges $300 for a stiff racket built a shoe around Michelin rubber and priced it sensibly. The smartest buyers do not write off entire brands. They know which products within a brand are worth the money. 5 brands, 3 pricing games. None of them improve your backhand. Prince builds frames that earn independent approval without a tour contract. MSV strings hold tension at $8 a set, while the famous alternatives charge 3 times more. Babolat shoes use Michelin rubber and cost less than the Nike flagship. Drop a comment. Tell me the brand you have been buying by reflex, or the one you think deserved a spot on either of these lists.